Well, welcome, new world. This is William Drosky, a certified cash flow specialist here making another video, which I like to pretty much like to discuss on what's going on with these ridiculous mandates in the workplace. How you gonna probably combat there? Well, first of all, you're gonna have to come up with a plan B, which is self-employment and seeking a pretty much stable work-at-home job, which pretty much the average salary jobs are pretty much going to be very scarce in the next couple of months, and you're going to be making your plans pretty quick there because you don't want to be taking the thing that's pretty much unwanted there with the jab. The company's going to be making the things mandatory, which you may be forced to take it there, or 86th on unemployment there. So basically, pretty easy knowing is how to become self-employed. Like that you would have to like to start start a business, home-based business, and become self-employed. But where exactly do you start? Not to worry. Pretty much we've outlined the steps that will take you from just thinking about it to doing it in no time. Now, here's what you're going to have to do to become self-employed is make a decision there, because it's D-Day for you. This will be the first step of many decisions you have to make on your own. And maybe you feel strange at first, especially if you're used to getting direction from your current boss, colleagues, or basic teachers, and all that goes away when you're self-employed, because you're the main decision maker. You're the boss, and you suddenly realize that you're the person who has the final say on just about everything. So the first step to becoming self-employed is just do it. Decide to do it. There, to quote something like this, quote Aaron Sorkin, HBO drama Newsroom, which says like in the old days we did the news well. You know how? We decided to. And do you know what separates all the people who want to be self-employed from the ones who actually do it? Deciding to. So make the decision to make the leap. And sounds simple, but there's nobody else who can do this for you. So you're gonna have to be the one to make the leap, pull the lever to make the major decision, just to get things done. And pretty much is choosing a niche and just narrow it down. Of course, Google can afford to be in the business of just about everything, but you as a newly self-employed person won't have that kind of luxury or that kind of global reach. At least not at first. But that's why it's important to fix your niche there on a specific industry. Consider these questions. What will be your area your area of focus be, what your product or service solved, and what kind of knowledge and experience do you already have to make the implementation, and like you already have that you could already parlay it into a business. But and like case in point is 75% of consumers prefer to pay with their credit cards or debit cards, and pretty much up the guide, you have to pretty much answer it, narrow it down. Do you want to be in a credit restoration business or learning how to restore people's credit? Since most people do online banking or using a credit card, and sometimes they end up messing up their credit score. So once you have that answer, narrow it down to be more specific as possible about what you plan to do, rather limiting your options. Being so specific gives you much more options, because you can just focus on addressing one slice of the market, very, very well, rather just spreading yourself thin, just trying to do it all. Being the jack of all trades. And the more specific you can get about your niche, the better off you be. If you identify your target market and build out your advertising and marketing. But you got to get specific on your target market. Now, who are the people that will serve your product? What kind of people will serve? People you will serve with a product or service, which is pretty much a good question. This is where a lot of people self-employed go wrong. And they say something like, well, I will just serve anyone who would benefit from a product or service like mine. But that's not really a helpful answer, because it doesn't give you any actionable insight into your target market. So being successfully self-employed isn't just putting your business out there and then waiting to see who it attracts. It's about building a specific solution, for a very specific set of people. So who are they? If you say women between ages 25 to 35, that might feel specific, but it's actually very broad. But dig deeper. Well, what do they care about? Are they stay-at-home moms and want a little more free time to themselves? Are they women pursuing a new career field after taking some time off? More than specific you can be is the better you can serve this market. So the next is setting your goals, so you have a blueprint for your success. You gotta plan it out. You're about to pour considerable time and effort into being self-employed. So how will you measure whether the time you're putting in is actually paying off? How will you know whether to keep going or whether to pivot in a new direction or to a new call it or quits there, which is a major decision, or find a new product and service which is more easy and affordable to sell? So here's the thing about being self-employed. you not only have to offer a marketable product or service, but attract those first customers who aren't your family or friends. Explain what do you do in a coherent and compelling way. So being a little persuasive and market it all effectively and transform all your time, effort, and energy into an income. Becoming self-employed is just about becoming self-employed, and then just seeing how it goes is not the plan you can actually work with. Instead, set specific goals and refer to them often. Consider this, how many items or services do you plan to sell or market or offer in the first year? How will you generate those sales? Which marketing strategies could you try? Cold calling, social media, newspaper advertising, door to door, and how you position your product, and what you will will you do if you don't sell, which is a pretty compelling question. And all these questions are waiting for you out in the real world as you pursue your business venture. Then take time to consider all the answers before you have to face them, and take care of administrative details. Next, you need to get the business. Next, you need to get to the business of setting up a business. Structuring like an LLC, sole proprietorship, and you have to register it in your state there. And do you need a specific type of license or permits? So, that's pretty much ground cost of concerning type of side hustles you pursue, which it takes a lot of planning. Now, invest in systems that will work for you. So how will you stay on top of the day-to-day details of being self-employed? For example, is pricing. How will you price your products and services? How will you bill your clients and customers? And how will you keep track of all your profits and losses so that where your business stands at any point in time? Now think about the systems that need to be in order to run your business effectively. And next thing you need to decide where you get your best work done. One of the best things about being self-employed is you have to so many just options when it comes to how, when, and where you work. If your business does not require a specific space to open to customers, like working from home or like a home office, you have a lot of time and freedom there. And you can choose to work from home, cobble together work time at local cafes, or just rent a desk or entire office at a co-working facility, or secure your own kind of type of office space. And those are also decisions you have to make. So think about it, where you're able to get your best work done, where you best productive. and start there. For example, working from home may be like a great option, but when it happens when the details of home life, like laundry, dishes, and miscellaneous to-dos, also intrude on those details of work life. It may be difficult to separate home from work there. And the case is require like a third space, or like a co-working home office. Like the next thing you need to be making connections and build your visibility. And every business is built on connections. You not only need a great product or service, but you need customers who are willing to pay for it as well. And and not only you need customers, you need people in your community, people in your own network group, and people in a wider world who can support you and help you along your business journey. You know, most people suggest getting out there and making many connections as possible with potential customers, and get in touch with potential mentors that are other self-employed people and other greater community. And the more visible you are, the more people you'll be able to attract to your business. And for ideas out there, you might be checking out meetup.com, other social media websites there, such as LinkedIn or Facebook there, and other traffic generating resources such as affiliate marketing. Now, there's market your main business, there's another decision. How do you plan to get the word out about your business, so not only attract your first customers, but wave after wave at the new ones? So you need to be smart and about your most valuable resource, and that's time. As a newly self-employed person, and you're gonna be very busy at it there after all. And there's a lot of that goes into starting and growing a business. And since there's so much time in a day, you're going to be effective. And if you're going to be effective, you're going to have to use all that time wisely. So that means saying no to repetitive tasks and busy work, and automating as much as possible in your business as well. So the thing is, with this big pandemic there that's been going on for several years, which has just been escalating there. Now, back in this whole thing was pretty much well planned, and it was pretty much planned from a long ago there. As most of you, like me, seen this 1930s cartoon of how will they take over the world, which is like a 1930s cartoon, which is pretty evident there that the whole planning started many years and decades ago. Another thing was Albert Pike. And who was Albert Pike? He was pretty much a Freemasoner back in 1870s, 1860s. And he was pretty much with the Freemasons, Illuminati. And back in August of 1871, which was Albert Pike received a vision, which he described it in a letter he wrote to Mazzini, dated back in August 1871, which this letter graphically outlines plans for three world wars that were seen as necessary to bring about this new world order. And we can marvel at how accurately it has predicted events that had already taken place. And it's highlighting some things with Albert Pike's letter was first common believed as a fallacy that for a short time that Pike's letter to Mazzini was on display in a British Museum library in London, and that it was copied by William Guy Carr, a former intelligence officer in the Royal Canadian Navy. And the British Library has confirmed in the writing, which in the manuscript scripts was the First World War was must be brought in order to prevent the Illuminati to overthrow the power of czars in Russia and making that country into a fortress of atheistic communism. And the divergence is caused by the agent of the Illuminati between the British and Germanic empires will be used to foment this war as well. And at the end of the war, communism will be built and used in order to destroy other governments and in order to weaken the religions too. Students of history will pretty much recognize that the political alliances of England on one side and Germany on the other side, forged between 1871 and 1898 by Otto von Bismarck, which co-conspirator of Albert Pike, were instrumental in bringing about this First World War. Now, the Second World War was formatted by taking advantage of differences between the fascists and the political Zionists. And this war must be brought about so that Nazism is destroyed and that this political Zionism be strong enough to institute a sovereign state of Israel in Palestine. During the Second World War, international communism must become strong enough in order to balance Christendom, which would be restrained and held in check until the time when we would need for the final social cataclysm. And after this Second World War, communism was made strong enough to begin taking over weaker governments. In 1945, at the Potsdam Conference between Truman, Churchill, and Stalin. And a large portion of Europe was simply handed over to Russia. And on the other side of the world, the aftermath of this world with Japan helped to sweep the tide of communism into China, which readers would pretty much argue like that the terms Nazism and Nazism were not really known in 1871, but should remember that the Illuminati invented both of these movements as well. As in addition, communism as an idolatry, ideology, idealism, and as coined the phrase, it originates in France during the Revolution in 1785. Ristov coined this phrase 4 years before the revolution broke out. And like Ristov and Boberg, Baubuf, I don't know, pronounced it, in turn were influenced by Rousseau, as was most famous conspirator of them all was Adam Weishaupt, which is another Illuminati master. Now, the Third World War must be formatted by taking advantage of different differences caused by the agent tour of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. And the war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, which like the Muslim world there, and political Zionism, which is like normally known as the State of Israel, mutually destroy each other. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more like divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, and spiritual and economical. And like another thing in terms like we shall unleash the nihilists and the atheists, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm in which, in all its horror, will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism, origin of savagery, and the most bloody turmoil than everywhere, as the citizens obliged to defend themselves against the world minority of revolutionaries will exterminate those destroyers of civilization and multitude delusioned with Christianity, whose deistic spirits will, from like that movement, will be without compass or direction, anxious for an ideal, but without knowing where to render its adoration, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer. That's frightening. Brought finally out in the public view, and this manifestation will result from the general reactionary movement there, which will follow the destruction of Christianity, and atheism as well, both conquered and exterminated at the same time. And that's pretty much shocking. And that was like planned many decades and years ago in the 1800s or by these world elitists. So you can pretty much find like the writings of Albert Pike, which he was authored a book by Morals and Dogma, which is like the Freemason like handbook or of their like so-called fraternity, which it comes from the pits of hell. So I'm gonna be closing out this video. So if you like what I do, don't forget to share this video far and wide. Um, Hit me up an email or contact me through Messenger or post a comment there. My website's dumbexperts.com. I provide people credit repair, credit restoration, identity protection, as well with discounts with health services such as dental, vision, and chiropractic care, as well with telemedicine and prescription drugs. And I provide people a way out of the poverty path into self-employment there and increasing their cash flow. So shake the money tree and look for a new direction this year.